Welcome back to the Rock Solid Spotlight. This is officially the end of week number 2. You're doing great. We're going to check in with our Spotlight members to see how they did in week 2. Let me just start by saying this. If you are feeling sore right now, you're not alone. I was so smoked at the end of week 2, but then I went into full recovery mode. I slept more than 8 hours a night. I know. My body needed it. I ate a lot more calories. I drank a lot of water. And then I moved my body. I did more recovery during the weekend. Sometimes like a little movement goes a long way, whether it's going out for a walk with the dogs, which is what I did, a little bit of mobility and stretching throughout the weekend. Absolutely felt delicious and so incredibly necessary. I was on the foam roller a lot. Thinking about week 2, I know a lot of y'all's favorite workout of the week. I'm excited to hear if it's the one I'm thinking of, because I put my heart and soul into all of the workouts, but this one just was extra special, and I haven't done one like this before. So let's check in with our Spotlight members to see how week 2 went for them.
Hi, it's Alicia Cray.
Hi, it's Gretchen.
Hey, what's up? This is Drew.
Hey, it's Mando.
Hi, it's Jenna McSherry.
Hey, it's Onika.
Hi Peloton, it's Robin.
Hi, it's Jennifer Bucci, and it is week 2 of HiLit Plus.
The walk on day 4, for some reason, 80-year-old me was one of my grandmas who passed away, sadly, when I was in high school. That's how I saw myself at 80, and it was just really beautiful and really nice to walk alongside her/me.
So I just finished day 4 of HiLit Plus, and it was our 15-minute walk. And I'm not gonna lie, it really made me emotional. We were supposed to envision our 80-year-old self walking with us, and it just really made me grateful for what I'm currently the path I'm putting myself on, but also like just for my body to move. And I hope it continues to move for the rest of my life in this way. Obviously not the same, but it's just amazing. So feeling very grateful this morning.
My 15-minute walk with Miss Onika, so touching to the soul. I loved it. We connected. I got a chance to love on myself, give myself the pat on the back I've always needed to do, give myself the grace. I even felt the warm embrace, the kiss on the cheek, the proud. She was beautiful. I enjoyed talking to her.
Day 4's walk, it was so beautiful. It was so cathartic. I genuinely was not expecting it. And I hope anyone else that watched and did that class really got to take away something beautiful from it. I genuinely didn't expect to think about myself at 80. And it really made me so grateful for my health and my body. And it really impacted me more than I was expecting.
Day 4's activity of looking at your future self and thinking what your future self would want your current self to let go of. And that was something that I was thinking about. There were a couple words, I know Rebecca said to pick one word, but there were a couple of words that stuck out to me. A lack of confidence or a lack of believing in yourself is something that I could struggle with sometimes. So that has stayed in the back of my mind since then, and I'm going to continue to unlock that each time I think of what would my future self want me to experience right now.
You're gonna make me cry. This is so emotional. But honestly, it landed so beautifully, like better than I could have imagined. Yes. I talk a lot about lifting now for longevity, about what we're doing right now being an investment in our future. And sure, that sounds great. It's very abstract sometimes because we are all about the now and having something that we can feel and touch and experience right now. So I was like, you know what? Let's bring the future in. Let's go on a walk with our 80-year-old self. And by the way, I like her. Did you love your 80-year-old self? I'm so excited that you guys enjoyed this walk so much. Should I do another one?
Hey team, it is Onika. Just gonna be completely honest. Week 2, day 4, absolutely kicked my mental and physical butt. I had an inner me issue during the workout, and I completely lost my confidence and just quit on myself. The second my mental connection broke, my physical form followed. It was really tough and frustrating. I know Pilates requires some serious internal and mental work, so I'm hoping next week will be better.
Highs, lows. Low for me, again, Pilates. I've said it once, I'll say it 100 times. I'm not good at Pilates. I want to be good at Pilates. That C curve, which is foundational, I cannot get it. However, on the other hand, the high would be that the breath work we're learning in Pilates, I can already see it translating into some of our other moves like the push-up.
I want to be a Pilates girly so badly, but I'm not there yet. Maybe I'm going to be there. Notice I said yet, but I am not a Pilates girly. And I'm definitely struggling with those Pilates classes, especially this week with 45 minutes. I'm not even going to tell you how many times I checked to see how much time was left.
I had a hard time getting in the 45-minute Pilates and the 45-minute lower body today, just energy-wise and life circumstances, things going on. It made it a little more challenging, but proud of myself for getting it done.
Okay, it's time to talk about our lifts. Week 1 was our baseline prep week, and week 2 was our build phase. So we're taking everything that we did in week 1 and we're building off of that. So our workouts got longer, we're lifting heavier, we have more volume in terms of sets and reps, and we are finally challenging ourselves to try to reach near failure, leaving only 1 or 2 reps in the tank. And this is the first time that we've done that. So yes, I know it was a huge ramp up, but it also forces us to pay close attention to what our body is feeling and saying to us. Because here's the thing, if our goal is to build muscle and we really are truly after hypertrophy, then this is the stuff that truly matters. So we challenged our Spotlight members to see if they were actually reaching close to failure, what that felt like, what kind of confidence it took to get there, and anything else that came along with it. The challenges, the highlights, the lowlights. So I'm excited to hear what their feedback was at the end of the week. Let's go find out.
Now, I did push myself to no failure, and I'm proud of myself. I was using hotel weights, and everyone who has traveled know those weights are always different. So I was able to push myself, and the confidence that I have, oh my gosh, I'm seeing it in myself.
I feel like I'm really solidifying a lot of our major movements. However, am I reaching failure? Couple things. Sometimes I lose track of the count of my reps in my head because my mind's all over the place. 2, I definitely know I'm lifting heavy. Am I feeling like I'm just leaving like 2 in the tank? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. I think it's mostly just like me limiting myself out of fear of like not having enough weight. I have dumbbells up to 35 pounds, but I fear like if I start off super heavy and I get really good at that, like where do I go for the rest of the weeks in the program? So that's one thing. Really need to push myself on that.
I can honestly say this week that I am reaching near failure on all of my workouts. I increased my weight. I feel great, except for 2. I will say sumo squats and goblet squats. About 3rd set in, I realized I had more than 2 in the tank for those. And so next week I know we really need to increase the weight and make sure that we're getting that progressive overload in.
I realized I'm probably not reaching that near failure point. I would say the issue is trusting my body. I have had to climb back from a lot of different injuries, broken bones, most recently an internal oblique tear. So I think that I don't fully trust what my body is capable of. There's just some fear holding me back. So it will be nice to take on maybe in week 3, the challenge of really pushing myself to that near failure as the realization that I'm not maybe doing that has hit.
One day that I did not feel like I was going to make it was day 2, that walk. Seeing that there was a 60-minute walk ahead of me and I already was kind of feeling a little bit sluggish from day one. I really had to muster up and get the courage to take it and just move my body. I told myself, hey, you start this walk. If you're 10 minutes into this walk and it just doesn't feel right, we'll take it, we'll table it, and we'll start again later or tomorrow even. But once I got going, I really felt good, and the playlist carried me and I was able to get it done. So week 2 has definitely been one of those, you can do this kind of moments, but I really have enjoyed it. And one really big highlight of the week was on day 5. We had to do our push-ups, and I am so happy to report that my push-ups are finally progressing. I've been working on them throughout programs with Rebecca in the past as well. And I did the majority of them off my knees the whole time. It was just so exciting. So I'm really, really proud of that.
I would say one lowlight or one struggle was adapting to that time change. I think in specific, the longer walk was tough to just get out there for a whole hour, dedicate a whole hour of my time to do that. But obviously I was glad we did. One positive moment or one breakthrough from this week would be I felt like I was really locked in with my breathing and focusing on those smaller muscles, especially in that Pilates class.
I loved this week. I will say day 1 of week 2, I was feeling nervous because I was looking at everyone's comments saying that the workout was very spicy. And I was like, oh no, am I able to do this? I got through it, luckily. I will say the spiciest workout this week was day 5's lower body. My legs were shaking, and my legs are going to be sore tomorrow, I know for sure. Something that I definitely had to shift my mindset around was how long the workouts get in week 2. I tend to shy away from workouts that are more than 30 minutes long. So the strength work being 45 minutes along with a 10-minute low impact cardio was scary to see at first, but I was able to get it done. And honestly, the time went by super fast, and one can't go without the other. Something that I was surprised at this week was how strong I was in my overhead presses. Last week, I was struggling with my ribs flaring, and I thought for sure this week, because we were standing, that I would have to go down to a lighter weight. But I was able to use the same weight and have my ribs under control, which was great.
My favorite playlist was probably the day 1 lower body strength workout. I think we had like Sean Kingston, Hillary Duff, Black Eyed Peas. I mean, just bangers across the board. I think highlight of the week also kind of relates to that, and just feeling like after a good workout and good music, I feel so much more excited and ready to tackle a night shift. And it's been good to like prove to myself that I can do that while I can balance like working out and working long hours. And then a low from this week, I think, or like the challenge, is just soreness still. I definitely have been doing more upper body these last 2 weeks than I have done in months. And so my arms are feeling it, my legs are feeling it. So just kind of working through that soreness and staying consistent.
I'm really proud of you guys for making it to the end of week 2. Just a quick note, if you are sore this weekend, definitely move your body. A little bit of active recovery can go a long way. Sleep, feed yourself, fuel yourself, and stay hydrated and have some fun, all right? I promise the soreness will go away. Don't use that as an excuse not to show up. Even if you are still a little bit experiencing a little bit of remnants of soreness on Monday, we'll start flushing the body out with a little gentle movement. I would highly recommend taking the new 10-minute mobility warm-up before we get into our strength workout. So you have a little bit extra ramp up time before we start lifting some heavy weights. So cheers to y'all. Great work. Let's keep it going. And I'll see you in week number 3.